Random thought, but I was thinking, you know how guys often say, like, girls are so emotional, you're too emotional, you're too emotional. And sometimes we feel like we don't have to, we try not to show our emotions as much so that we don't get this bad rap for being emotional. But women are emotional beings, just like men typically tend to be logical.
I mean, that sounds well and good, but I don't know. I don't recall any women holding back their emotions so they don't get a bad rap. I mean, it sounds good. I know that, um, I wish that could be the case, but that's not necessarily how it works with you women. Not necessarily.
I think emotions are a part of our femininity, embracing those emotions. I think it's more so about how we use those emotions.
Well, yeah, she got a point there. It's how y'all use those emotions. There's nothing wrong with embracing those emotions, but how you embrace them is another thing. So yeah, she had a point there. It's how you use those emotions, and sometimes that can get out of control. Sometimes.
Random thought, but I was thinking, you know how guys often say, like, girls are so emotional, you're too emotional, you're too emotional. And sometimes we feel like we don't have to, we try not to show our emotions as much so that we don't get this bad rap for being emotional. But women are emotional beings, just like men typically tend to be logical. I think emotions are a part of our femininity, embracing those emotions. I think it's more so about how we use those emotions. If we're feeling jealousy or, paranoid, like how we go about communicating those emotions. Do we do it out of anger and spite? I think that's where, like, the translation gets lost. But I think you should embrace your emotions while also using logic.
Did she use the word logic? Did she say women that put a little logic in that, maybe to help control those emotional tendencies? Does women have the ability to use logic? The answer is yes. See, here's the thing. Women, they just don't know how powerful they are. They have the ability to function off the both right and left hemispheres of the brain. The right side of the brain is the emotional side, the creative side. And the left hemisphere of the brain is the analytical and material side. You see, men, but we only have the ability to function off the left hemisphere of the brain. That's why, and that's the material and the analytical, and that's why we're so logical. We have, we appear to be more logical, which we are. But women appear to be more emotional, which they are. And they function, a lot of them function off the right hemisphere of the brain, but they both have the ability. Is it laziness that they don't use the logic side of their brain? Or is it because they don't know? So, I mean, I'm just saying that she's absolutely right. Boy, this young lady is pretty deep, man. And I like the way she's, explaining things and explaining herself because she's using a lot of poise with it. I like that.
It's just something that's been on my mind a lot lately because I've realized how much I didn't or suppressed my emotions in favor of being strong, and kind of embracing my emotions and embracing vulnerability and realizing that the strength really comes from doing that and being content with that and being okay with that.